There are currently 14 planters in the game, and in this video I'll explain everything about them. This guide is for everyone, not just for late game players. First of all, I want all the Hive colors to like and subscribe. Thank you. What are planters? Planters are inventory items that can be deployed in fields. You can have 3 planters placed on 3 different fields. A planter will give us nectar, loot, pollen, and has a chance to summon a puff shroom. If you harvest it while the backpack is full, the rest of the pollen will be converted into honey. The type of nectar and items are affected by the type of planter and the field it is deployed on. How to use them? Enter the field, drag the planter from your inventory and place it. Or you can drag the planter to the hotbar and select the slot. They will only grow when you're online. To make them grow offline, you need an offline voucher. Do not give the voucher to the sticker stack. The planter will only grow offline if you claim it. Growth time. Paper grows in 1 hour, ticket and plastic in 2 hours, sticker in 3 hours, festive and candy in 4 hours, red and blue clay in 6 hours, tacky 8 hours, pesticide 10 hours, heat and hydro 12 hours, petal 14 hours, and planter of plenty in 16 hours. How to obtain them? The following planters are one-time use and can be obtained through certain actions. Paper planter can be found in the pro shop for 25k honey and 1 seed. Ticket planter can be obtained from Dapper Bear, Retro Swarm, Sticker Sprout, Sticker Stack. Sticker planter can be obtained from Sticker Sprout, Pay to Win Shop, and Sticker Seeker Quest. Festive planter can only be obtained during the Bismuth update from Shop Offers, Bear's Catalog and Quest, and from Rank 40 and 50 Robo Party. The following planters are permanent and can be obtained with honey and materials. Plastic, candy, tacky, pesticide, and planter of plenty can be found in the Dapper Bear shop. Red clay and heat in the red HQ, blue clay and hydro in the blue HQ, and petal in the white HQ. You need 150 Riley and Baco B quests to unlock heat treated and hydroponic. Make them grow faster. Drop a glitter on your planter and it will grow 25% faster. Use cloud vials for 8% growth for each cloud, 20% maximum bonus growth. The effect lasts until the clouds disappear. Planters have their favorite fields that help them grow quickly. Candy grows 25% faster in strawberry, pineapple and coconut. Red clay grows 25% faster in red fields. Red bees has a 25% chance to sip from red clay, but blue bees avoid it. Blue clay grows 25% faster in blue fields. Blue bees has a 25% chance to sip from blue clay, but red bees avoid it. Tacky grows 25% faster and gives 100% more pollen in the starter zone. Pesticide grows 30% faster and gives 50% more pollen in the 5B zone. Mutated bees has a 25% chance to sip from this planter. Heat treated grows 50% faster in red fields. Red bees has a 33.3% chance to sip from it, while blue bees are 50% less efficient. Hydroponic grows 50% faster in blue fields. Blue bees has a 33.3% chance to sip from it, while red bees are 50% less efficient. Petal planter grows 50% faster and gives 50% bonus white pollen in white fields. Colorless bees has a 33% chance to sip from it. Planter of plenty grows 50% faster in pepper, stump, coconut, and mountain. It gives 50% more pollen in mountain top. Gifted bees has a 50% chance to sip from this planter. The bees convert pollen from your bag and gives nectar and growth to the planter. The amount of growth added to the planter depends on the bee's energy. Do polar bear quest for polar power. It is very important for bee energy. Shy bees sip 100% more often and collects double nectar. The more shy bees you have, the faster the planter will grow. What is that smoke? At 95% growth, the planter will have a chance to smoke. A smoking planter will drop a puff shroom. The level of a puff shroom is affected by the type of planter. The chances of each type of planter having a puff shroom are: ticket and sticker are guaranteed to smoke. Paper and festive has a 1 of 10 chance. Plastic and candy 1 of 7. Red clay and blue clay 1 of 6. Tacky and pesticide 1 of 5. Heat treated and hydroponic 2 of 9. Petal planter 1 of 4. Planter of plenty 1 of 3. What rewards do we receive? Harvesting a planter provides nectar, pollen, and items. Nectar is guaranteed, pollen is based on planter growth, items are only dropped at a certain percentage of growth. Some planters produce more nectar than others. Refreshing, 20% blue clay, 40% hydroponic. Satisfying 20% red clay, 25% taki, 30% pesticide, 50% petal. Invigorating 20% red clay, 40% heat treated. Comforting 20% blue clay, 25% taki, 40% hydroponic, 50% petal. Motivating 20% candy, 30% pesticide, 40% heat treated. The following planters offer multipliers for all types of nectar. Paper planter 0.75 times. Ticket and sticker 2 times. Festive planter 3 times. Planter of plenty 50%. Special drops. Planters also have special drops that can be accessed once at a certain time. For example, 10 glitter for petal in dandelion has an unknown cooldown. 10 glues if you put candy in stump 3 times in a row. 1 week cooldown. Also, candy has an uncommon chance to drop glue and a very rare chance to drop 10 glues on its own. Get a super smoothie from plastic planter and 10 smoothies by putting planter of plenty in bamboo. 1 month cooldown for both planters. 10 star jelly if you put petal in a white field. Uncommon cooldown. Blue clay in spider guarantees at least 10 microconverters. Red clay in clover, spider and cactus consecutively rewards 10 stingers. 2 weeks cooldown. Heat treated drops 10 stingers in cactus. Soft wax and hard wax. Red clay and planter of plenty drops them more often. Sword wax. Plastic in coconut, red clay in sunflower, blue clay in spider, petal in strawberry, and tacky in pumpkin will drop 1. 1 month cooldown. Red clay in blue fields has a chance to drop a swirled wax. Candy in cactus, heat in blue flower, and hydro in mushroom guarantees 1. 36 days cooldown. Planter of plenty has an uncommon chance to drop 1 or 5 swirled wax. Caustic wax. Plastic in rose, red clay and blue clay in clover, tacky in bamboo, petal in dandelion, 1 month cooldown. Candy in mountain, heat and hydro in coconut, 36 days cooldown. Pesticide in strawberry or bamboo has a higher chance of dropping a caustic wax. Planter of plenty has a rare chance to drop 1. Turpentine. Planter of plenty has a 10% chance and petal a 1% chance to drop 1. Almost every planter can drop a turpentine, but is extremely rare. Pause the video to see other special drops. What is degradation? When you harvest a planter, the field will degrade. If you put it in the same field, it will grow much slower. The fields can degrade by a maximum of 48 hours. How do I know when the field is degraded? Well, the planter will be brown and will become darker with each use. How to avoid degradation? Let's take as an example. I harvest petal in sunflower, I will move it to pineapple and lastly to coconut. Repeat the process in order and you'll be fine. Which planter should I buy first? It is important to know which planter to buy so you can gather the materials for it. Plastic planter is cheap, but what do we need it for? It has no nectar multiplier and gives poor loot and pollen. Buy it if you want mushrooms. Candy planter is very important. If you need gumdrops, jelly beans, glues and nectar, this planter is perfect. The best advice is the following. Put candy in stump for many glues and 20% motivating nectar, and for fast growth in strawberry, pineapple and coconut. Buy it without hesitation. Red clay and blue clay, they repel each other like magnets. Red clay is good for waxes and blue clay for microconverters. My opinion is the following. Get red clay first for red extracts, waxes and stingers. Get blue clay after for blue extracts, microconverters and honeysuckle. Buy tacky and pesticide because they give you a lot of items and the nectar. Petal is one of the best planters in the game. It's kind of a tacky combined with candy planter. It gives 100 billion pollen and a lot of jelly beans, glitter, star jelly and 3 types of dice. Just buy it. Heat treated and hydroponic. You should buy them accordingly to the color of your hive. Planter of plenty is very hard to obtain, but is worth all the effort. If you have it, congrats. If you don't, I wish you good luck. Which fields are good for each planter? First, we need to find out what type of nectar the fields drop. Satisfying nectar, sunflower, pineapple and pumpkin. Refreshing nectar, blue flower, strawberry and coconut. Invigorating nectar, clover, cactus, mountain and pepper. Motivating nectar, mushroom, spider, stump and rose. Comforting nectar, dandelion, bamboo and pine. Now we know everything about nectars. So we will put the planters like this. Plastic wherever you want. Candy, main field, stump. For fast growth, strawberry, pineapple and coconut. Red clay. Best fields, cactus, pepper, clover and mountain. For other rewards, rose and mushroom. Blue clay. Best fields, blue flower, bamboo and pine. For other rewards, stump and mountain. Tacky has 2 favorite fields, dandelion and sunflower. You can also move it to mushroom, clover and blue flower. Pesticide works best in spider, after that move it in strawberry and bamboo. Put it in pepper or mountain for more bitter berries. Heat treated should be planted in cactus, pepper, rose, mushroom, clover and mountain. Place hydroponic in blue flower, bamboo and pine. For other rewards, stump and mountain. Petal works best in dandelion, sunflower, pumpkin, pineapple and coconut. Planter of Plenty has 4 favorite fields: stump, mountain, coconut and pepper. How to have 3 nectars at once. The main nectars for each color are Mixed Hive, choose 3 nectars depending on the field you want to boost. Blue Hive, motivating, comforting and satisfying. Red Hive, invigorating, refreshing and satisfying. White Hive, satisfying, motivating and refreshing. Blue Hive, you can become a blue hive so early, and the most common planters are candy, red clay, blue clay, tacky and pesticide. Obtain 100% motivating by planting pesticide in spider, tacky in mushroom, candy in stump, and put the nectar in the jar. Tacky in sunflower for satisfying and pesticide in bamboo for comforting. For more nectar, tacky in dandelion, blue clay in pine and pesticide in pumpkin. Red hive. To become a red hive, you need a level 19 or 20 hive and it must be gifted. It is possible that you already have heat treated and petal planter. Obtain 100% invigorating by planting heat treated in pepper and red clay in cactus and keep the nectar in the jar. Pesticide in strawberry and blue clay in blue flower for refreshing and petal in sunflower for satisfying. For more nectar, petal in coconut and candy in pineapple. White hive. You can become a white hive early, and when you do, you already have petal planter, heat treated and hydroponic. Obtain 100% satisfying by planting petal in sunflower and candy in pineapple. Put the nectar in the jar. Pesticide in spider, heat in rose and hydro in blue flower. For more nectar, candy in stump and petal in coconut. For mixed hive, it's a little more complicated because all nectars are good. Use one of the 3 strategies and apply it depending on the field you want to boost. Where should I put them so I don't forget where they are? We always forget where we put our planters because of their poor placement. So let me tell you how to plant it correctly. Sunflower. Put Taki close to this sunflower and other planters like this. Dandelion. Place Taki next to this dandelion and other planters in this corner. Mushroom field. We'll go to that mushroom and put the planter here. Blue flower. This field is covered by 3 walls, so we will put it on the edge, right in the middle. Clover. Climb the ladder and place it in this corner. Strawberry. Go to that strawberry and plant it next to it. Spider. The best place is here, in the corner. Bamboo. Put your planter right here, next to the parkour thing. Pineapple. Planter can be seen from spawn, only if you make it visible between those 2 fences. Stump. This edge is perfect because you can see it from spawn. Cactus. Put it between the fence and the cactus and you'll be able to see it from almost everywhere. Pumpkin. Put it on the edge just like the one in the cactus, but a little to the right. Pine tree. Put it close to the ramp so you can see it from rose, 35 zone and mountain top. Rose. You can plant it in this corner and is visible from almost everywhere. Coconut. Put it close to this edge and you will see it even from a distance. Pepper. Place it at the edge of the field and you can even see it from the 15B zone. I'll be back with more information next time. Please leave a like and subscribe for more guide videos. Thank you for watching. It was me, ThePlayer, your favorite troll. Stay safe, stay strong and stay cool. Bye bye.